I'm going to talk about how we went from a few $1,000s a month to $50,000 a month over a pretty short period of time, and how you can do that as well if you're trying to start a business or if you in the content marketing space. So how do you do this? How do you go from just starting out to being able to run a $50,000 a month business, which I think most people would view as like at least a healthy lifestyle business, something you could live on, something you could grow on. So the first is you need to start building out. Once you've picked your niche, once you've decided like this is what I'm going to build in, and this is an area that I both enjoy and I'm good at, then you need to do some work for free or for very, very cheap. And the idea here is to do work that you enjoy, again, because you're going to do better work at it. And number two, that you think will go and have a network effect as a result of you completing it. So this could be something where you have to give you an example with what we do. There's a podcast that you really like and you think you could edit or promote it better or differently than what they're currently doing. And so you just go ahead and you re-edit it, or you build some promotional material for it, or you make better content cuts of it, whatever it is. You send it to the host and you say, listen, I'm a huge fan. Here's what I think I can do. And I've just gone ahead and done this gratis for you. Let me know what you think. Okay. Right. And so you do that a few times, and one of those, several of those, probably all of those, to be frank, are going to stick, and the host or the customer or whatever your example is, the web client, et cetera, is going to say, you did this for free for me? Yeah, of course. I'm going to, use it, and I'll also promote it, or I'll give you some mentorship, or like whatever it is that you're interested in. Right. So that's how you start for free, start showing your chops on a kind of a small scale, but in a way that allows you to demonstrate your abilities to people who can have network effect. Then once you've started doing that, use that work specifically, especially for people who have a brand name or are known in your space, as your portfolio, to demonstrate to other people, hey, I can do this, and begin charging them not a huge price, but a fair price, or even at the bottom end of the market price for whatever it is you're doing. Because that's going to allow you to then now have a track record of both people who are, whether it be famous or well-known, at least in your industry, and just regular customers who are paying customers. It'll get you into that cycle and allow you to do this. So I'll give you an example. The way that we started, we saw one of our clients, Dynamo Ventures, who was doing a podcast. We knew we could do it better. So I emailed him with some ideas, both for production and promotion, and gave him examples for free, just like I'm telling you to do. Subsequently, they hired us to produce their podcast, and we have now produced that for 4 consecutive years. That's 4 years of revenue we've gotten out of that little bit of effort that we put in at the very beginning. The same thing happened with 2-time Super Bowl champion Torrey Smith. He wanted to start a podcast. He put it on Twitter. Who knows who can help me with this? And so we came in, we built a bunch of examples. We built a bunch of fake content. We actually went and found interviews of his from YouTube. Derek did this, was a genius, and spliced it into a fake podcast episode. He was like, how did you guys even do this? I've never even said this stuff, but we made it, cobbled it together. And now he's been a customer for 2 years. And by the way, that's a great example of the network effect. People love working with the guys who produce Torrey Smith's podcast, right? So that's sort of the idea, the strategy. Now let's get to the math real quickly. So the math is simple. If once you begin charging, you can charge between $3,000 and $5,000 a month, then you need between 10 and 16 customers in order to hit our goal of $50,000 a month, right? 10 if you're up at the higher end of that, if you're charging $5,000 a month, 16 if you're at the lower end of that. Over a 12-month period. Okay, so you start off, you're at month 0 right now. Over a 12-month period, you only need to add 1.5 customers, or 1 customer every other month, in order to hit that target. Think about that. You're at 0 today. If you can add 1 customer in the next 30 days, you're on track. If you don't add another 1 customer until the end of the next 60 days, you're still on track. I mean, knowing yourself and knowing how much effort you can put into this, and how much grit and grind and like desire you have behind it, can you not add 2 customers over the next 90 days? I believe that you can. I don't even know you, but I know that I could do it, and there's nothing special about me. So I believe that you can do it as well. And if you continue to do that over a 12-month period, now you have a track record that you can point to and say, we've done this for notable people. We've done this for regular paying customers who pay us a fair market price in which you should also pay. And after you've done that for a year, maybe a year and a half, now it's time to double your prices. And that's going to be very scary. And that's a whole different topic and episode, but it takes you from being sort of a freelancer who is dependent on getting new projects all the time to an actual business that you can scale and that you can sustain. So that's the simple math to go from very little to 50K a month. Anybody who can do it, who has a little bit of effort and sweat equity and chops. If you have any questions on it, let me know. See you guys tomorrow.